Progress so far. I'll just go through it. We had a damaged top board trace. The previous person who worked on this had damaged it. It wasn't even connected. This is the main power line to the audio driver, the carrier, to the bias. And I've gone through and just obviously done the relay area, replaced caps, reconnected this cap here, which was disconnected when the radio arrived. Removed a lot of large solder chunks and sorted that. The next stage will be to remove the RF can cover and replace a couple of capacitors in there. And then we're now down to this point here. We've just done the speech SPANDER, as you saw in the following video, and then we'll get into all of the audio circuit here, and hopefully that uncovers our AM audio issue, and then we can focus on why we're not getting full power out on SSB. But the main thing is that little by little it's moving forward. Alright, that's the video for today, and I will hopefully, when the caps are finished, do another video. Hello YouTube, just working on the SBE Sidebander 5, and this is the speech SPANDER processing module that is out of the console 5. Okay, so our progress on this radio is very, very slow. Lots of problems. On the surface, yeah, it looked like there was going to be some challenges, but as soon as you remove the solder, you see issues. All right, so I've replaced the caps, all the blue tops on this module. I'll swap it over. Now this is the finished article. So I've spent an hour on this board. First of all, this connection from here, there was so many blobs of solder. This connection from here to here was bridged. So this is the resistor going to the ground. That was bridged. It was a direct short, and it was an intentional blob. I've just desoldered the input from the mic, which is on this one and this one here. The input was not even, it was just level with the PCB. It was not a proper electrical connection. Had blobs of solder on this resistor that was so high that it was so there was a possibility of electrical interference here. On one of the inductors, this inductor here, the leg, very hard to show this. This leg here was broken free. It had a crack all the way around it, so it was not even a proper electrical connection. Went through, did that, cleaned the board. On this side, the ground side, it was almost touching the positive output side here of the speech SPANDER. So I've gone through, I've removed all of the highly silver solder blobs, and then reflowed the board and then given it a clean. Very, very frustrating, very, very frustrating. Obviously, you know, I use a magnifying glass, and you see my tips here. You see how small that tip is. It's a 0.8mm tip. This gives me the, you know, pretty good quality soldering work. I mean, somebody can always do better, but you can see that there's all clear defined lines between the tracks. There's no mountains. You can see in nearly all the connections the wires. coming through, the components. So that can give you an indication of whether there's a dry joint or not, and then you stick your multimeter on and test it. Alright, I'm going to reassemble this and just do a test. Okay, a speech expander put back into its location. So this is a straight out speech processor. As I mentioned in other videos, it sits on the side of the wall there. I've got after I finish doing the caps, all of the transistors and voltage regulators will have silicon pads put on them, and then electrical transfer grease put on both sides. Several of the components look like they just don't have enough on there. Alright, I'll just turn the radio on and see where we're at.